few moments ago, I witnessed your extraordinary capabilities firsthand during an artillery raid demonstration, so I'd like to begin by applauding the 10th Mountain Division Combat Aviation Brigade, along with the 3rd Battalion, 6th Field Artillery. I hate to say this, but nobody stands a chance against you folks. Nobody stands a chance. I'm here today to sign our new defense bill into law and to pay tribute to the greatest soldiers in the history of the world, the United States Army. Thank you. Thank you. The National Defense Authorization Act is the most significant investment in our military and our warfighters in modern history, and I am very proud to be a big part of it. It was not very hard. You know, I went to Congress, I said, let's do it, we got to do it. We're going to strengthen our military like never, ever before, and that's what we did. I want to say very strongly, there is no better place than right here at Fort Drum to celebrate its passage. No better place. After years of devastating cuts, we're now rebuilding our military like we never have before, ever. Because we know that to survive and having that survival of our freedom, it depends upon the might of our military. And no enemy on earth can match the strength, courage, and skill of the American Army and the American Armed Forces. Nobody's even close. They never will be. We're grateful to be joined today by many of our nation's top military leaders. I'd like to recognize Deputy Secretary of Defense Shanahan, who's with us. Please, Mr. Secretary. People I've heard about all my life. Very prestigious title. I always loved the ring. The Joint Chiefs of Staff, right? That's got a good ring. Anybody in the audience going to be a member of that someday? I think so. Raise your hand. If you think you're going to make it, raise your hand. Go ahead. Oh, come on. That's all? Only a few? I don't know. I want to thank General Dunford, General Milley, General Neller, Admiral Richardson, General Goldfein, General Engel, and Vice Admiral Ray. Thank you all for your leadership. You're magnificent. We appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you. A very special thank you to the Commanding General of the 10th Mountain Division, Major General Walt Piet. What a special man. Walt, I want to thank you. Where's Walt? Where is Walt? Walt, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Walt is back on American soil after deployment in Iraq, and I just want to welcome you home. You have tremendous respect. They have great admiration and respect for you, Walt. Thank you very much. I also just had the chance to meet Division Command Sergeant Major Jason Rourke, along with 10th Mountain Division Soldier of the Year, Michael Lima. Where's Michael? Where is Michael? Soldier of the Year. Michael. Pretty good. And that's Soldier of the Year, Michael, out of how many? How many? That's a lot of soldiers. 18,000. Do you want to work for me? Thank you, Michael. Great job. We would not be here for today's signing ceremony without the dedicated efforts of the members of Congress who worked so hard to pass the National Defense Authorization Act. I'd like to recognize Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, whose district proudly includes Fort Drum. And I have to tell you about Elise. She called me so many times. I said, I don't want to take her call. She wanted me to be here. I said, I won't be able to. We'll have to change a lot of scheduling. But that didn't suit her. She didn't stop, and here I am. Incredible representative. I also want to thank Representatives Don Bacon, Dan Donovan, and Joe Wilson, who are with us today also. Thank you. Where are you? Stand up, please. Hi, Dan. Stand up. Thank you. Thank you, fellas, very much. There's another member of Congress here today who is not only an Air Force veteran, but the first woman ever to fly a fighter jet in combat in U.S. history. And I've gotten to know her very well, and she is terrific. Congresswoman Martha McSally. Congresswoman. Thank you, Martha. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. Thank you all for fighting for our military and for fighting for our vets. Nobody has made more progress on anything than what we've done with our vets. We have choice approved. You know that. We have so many other things approved for our vets, and it's really moving along well. I think maybe almost as important as choice is accountability. Now, when we find somebody not treating our vets properly, you know what we say, right? You're out, get out, you're fired, get out. They couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. Now they can do it. Now they have to treat our vets properly. Our vets are our great people, and they get treated properly. So you have choice and you have accountability, and nobody thought that would ever get approved. They've been trying for many, many decades. Finally, I want to thank a very special group of patriots at Fort Drum, all of the amazing spouses and family members whose love and support make your service possible, whether you like it or not. They make it possible. Please, thank you. Thank you very much. They know. They know, right? Look at him. He's smiling. They know. Last year, we secured a historic $700 billion to rebuild our military, and now the National Defense Authorization Act paves the way for another 1,700. Listen to this now. So we've been trying to get money. They never gave us money for the military for years and years, and it was depleted. We got $700 billion, and next year, already approved, we have $716 billion to give you the finest planes and ships and tanks and missiles anywhere on earth. Nobody makes them like we do. And very, very far distant in this case. Jobs are very important in all cases, but in this case, military might is more important than even jobs. But all of this equipment is made right here in the USA, and it's the best equipment on earth. Nobody makes it like we do. So you have $700 billion and now $716 billion. So congratulations. America is a peaceful nation, but if conflict is forced upon us, we will fight and we will win. Right, General? Right? Right? Better believe it, generals. They're the guys. We're powered by the unstoppable force of the United States Army, very special. With this new authorization, we will increase the size and strength of our military by adding thousands of new recruits to active duty, reserve, and National Guard units, including 4,000 new active duty soldiers. And we will replace aging tanks, aging planes and ships with the most advanced and lethal technology ever developed, and hopefully we'll be so strong we'll never have to use it. But if we ever did, nobody has a chance. It all includes 135 brand new, beautiful M1 Abrams tanks, 60 Bradley fighting vehicles, and over 3,000 Joint Light Tactical Vehicles for the Army Armored Brigade Combat Team. New Black Hawk and Apache helicopters, finest in the world, for the Army National Guard, 77 F-35 Joint Strike Fighters. You know, that's stealth. I talked to a couple of pilots, great pilots. I said, how are they? They said, they're hard to beat because you can't see them. It's always hard to beat the enemy when you can't see it. The greatest in the world. Full funding for the B-21 Raider bomber program, 13 new Battle Force ships and support ships, including a 4th Ford-class aircraft carrier and 3 additional lateral combat ships. Funding to modernize our nuclear arsenal, so important. We're doing a major upgrade of our missile defense. But we're spending a tremendous amount of money on our nuclear arsenal. Nobody will have close. We will hopefully never, ever have to use it. But nobody will be close. More than $11 billion for the military construction, including family housing, and we are proudly giving our troops the biggest pay increase in a decade. And I know you don't want it because you're very patriotic. You'll say, just save the money. We're going to pay down debt. Does anybody not want it? Please raise your hand. What's going on here? Are these real patriots? I don't know, General. I don't know. It's the biggest increase in a decade. A strong military also requires a strong economy, and our economy is setting records like never before. We have the greatest economy we've ever had. I think that's going to help us a lot in a lot of ways. It also helps us a lot in funding and doing all of the things we're doing for our great military. We've created almost 4 million new jobs since the election, a number that the media in the back would never have said would be possible if during the campaign.